Hey guys, welcome to Reddit Brew. Today, I will be reading from the r/JUSTNOMIL subreddit, so let's jump into it. My mother and sister-in-law think they are a better parent to my daughter than I am. I, 24-year-old female, had my daughter last October. Around 26 weeks, I found out my baby had a birth defect, one that can sometimes couple with Down syndrome and other heart defects. My male kept asking my husband if he was prepared to have a special needs child, as if we couldn't handle it if that were to be the case. My daughter was born without special needs, but I would have done what needed to be for my child regardless. My husband's aunt asked if we were going to give our daughter to his sister. To clarify, my husband and I have been together for 4 years. We have been married 2. I think they mentioned it because my sister-in-law has fertility issues. Fast forward to the birth of my daughter. I have to go to the state capital to go to a level 4 trauma hospital so my daughter can get adequate care. They took her from me after 10 minutes and transported her to the children's hospital so she could be prepped for surgery the following day. Cue my male losing her shit. She was posting things about my daughter without asking, about private things such as her medical state, posting pictures, again, without permission. Even when I was pregnant, she would go on about our baby, my baby, etc. It rubbed me the wrong way. My husband did mention it to her, and she laughed it off saying I was just being hormonal. The icing on the shit cake took place back in March. My husband's maternal grandfather passed away. We brought our daughter with us to the funeral. Since the in-laws live 5 hours away in the state the funeral was taking place, this was their first time meeting our daughter, so I was trying to be amicable. Didn't take long before the BS started. My mother-in-law would purposely take off my daughter's bib, and maybe that's not a big deal to some, but my daughter's defect causes her to vomit. A lot. I told her this, and she didn't believe me. Until she experienced the vom fest that occurred every so often, telling me, wow, she sure is puking a lot. Maybe you need to tell her doctor that. I did, Mill. That's why she wears a bib. Then, my sister-in-law started in. She was being weirdly possessive with my daughter and acted like she could care for her better. For example, my daughter at this time only slept on my chest at night. If you laid her in the bassinet, she would sob hysterically. I told my sister-in-law this, but she copped an attitude and said, "Ugh, can't I just try to lay her down? You won't even let me try." I told her, go ahead, but I know what will happen. Sister-in-law lays her down and she starts to cry. I gave her an "I told you so" look. The day after, we went to their uncle's house. By this point, I was fed up with my sister-in-law's weird behavior. My daughter was sobbing while Syl held her. I knew this was the "I want mom" cry, so I walked up to her, took my daughter, and immediately she stopped crying. I looked her dead in the face and told her, "Just don't forget, sister-in-law, that I am her mother," in front of her entire family. They laughed and didn't take it to heart, but I could tell I struck a nerve with her. I did feel bad afterwards that I said that and probably shouldn't have. Now, here we are today, which inspired me to make this post. Remember I said that Mill asked if we were prepared to take care of a special needs child? Well, now I think she's trying to create a medical problem with my daughter. My daughter is healthy as a horse. They ran a battery of tests on her at the children's hospital, and nothing came of them, just her one defect. They even did a chromosome panel just to ensure nothing was amiss. Well, my mother-in-law commented on my Facebook post today. The post was a picture of my daughter holding her feet, something all babies do. Mill commented on it saying, "So cute how she likes to play with her feet, but I wonder if there's something wrong with her startle reflex." Sister-in-law and I were talking about her issues the other day, and she did have an underdeveloped nervous system as an infant after all. I replied to Mill that the doctors have checked all that, and she literally just likes playing with her feet. I hate the fact that my sister-in-law and Mill are making something out of nothing. My daughter likes playing with her feet. So what? Mother-in-law officially needs to be cut off. I posted here a while ago about my Mill and Syl being extremely controlling over my daughter. Well, they have really been showing us that they need to be cut off. Like I've stated, my mother-in-law lives 6 hours in another state. She refuses to visit us because it's too far, which hurts my husband because even though Mill is crazy, it's his mother and he loves her. He also would like for our daughter to know his grandmother, and it bothers him that she refuses to make time to visit. Well, we found out that Mill and Sil drove 5 hours to pick up a rooster. Mill is willing to drive 5 hours to pick up a damn rooster, but refuses to drive 6 to see her son and granddaughter. My husband is distraught and pissed that his mother is so oblivious to the BS she keeps perpetuating. I am honestly just so sad for my daughter, who was innocent in this. I know what it's like not to be wanted by family, and I never want her to feel that pain. She is too young to understand it yet, but one day she'll wonder why her grandma and aunt aren't around. Edited to add, reconciliation seems out of the question now. She literally just told my husband that, "You chose to leave. How is that our fault?" I am flabbergasted that this woman is so full of BS excuses, and now she's blaming my husband for their non-existent relationship. Meanwhile, we have driven 6 hours to see them with an infant. But a rooster is more important? Yeah, okay, Mill. Thought it couldn't get worse, but it did. So I have posted previously about my Mill. We started going very low contact due to the rooster incident, and she of course was acting like the victim. She told my husband that he had abandoned her. He is nearly 27 years old. Also, she claimed she has nobody to help her, but my sister-in-law and her husband have bent over backwards. I have my issues with my sister-in-law, but she went above and beyond for mother-in-law, and I give her props for that. So Mill has continued this narrative of my husband abandoning her. She's all alone, boo-hoo, crying all the time. My husband had a rough childhood, no thanks to Mill, and he even confessed to her he doesn't feel like she even loves him. All she could come back with after unblocking him was, "I cried for days. I can't believe you would say that to me." She finally lost her shit. She was berating my husband for keeping my daughter away from her, using her dying against him, saying things like, "You will regret it when I'm dead. You are keeping your daughter away from someone who loves her. When I'm dead, you better let her know whose fault it is I'm not around." After she blocked us, I thought that was the end of it, right? It had to be. Wrong. Mill went on a woe is me Facebook crusade, slandering my husband, saying he was being abusive to her, and she couldn't take it anymore. She's pulled this before, but someone in the comments went as far as to say that my husband deserved to have his ass beat. Then the same person insinuated that we abuse our child. I saw red. She didn't even stand up for us. All she had to say was, "I'm sure their daughter is fine. I know they love her. I just don't know why they're keeping me from her." None of these people even know us, but Mill was talking about our child to them. I don't feel comfortable with that at all. She tried to get us to talk to sister-in-law, saying that she could probably explain where I'm at mentally better, and then proceeded to use her mental illness as a justification for her shitty behavior. I want to make it clear that I have been as understanding as possible for over a year about her mental health. I, however, draw the line at her acting like an entitled bitch about our child and bashing my husband for no reason. My sister-in-law has been radio silent for months now and never once said anything about this BS, though I know Mill is talking badly about us to her. I cut out anyone associated with Mill, including sister-in-law. We don't need anyone who would entertain that nonsense or take her side when we have done nothing but try to protect our daughter, which is our literal duty to our baby. I am sad this is what it's come to, but I know my baby will not go without loving grandparents. Yes, mother-in-law clearly has some issues that she needs to work through. Be thankful though, OP, that you live 6 hours away. That is such a good step already towards no contact. The fact that Mill is so selfish as to travel 6 hours for a chicken, but she can't travel that for her granddaughter and then turns it around and blames her son? Yeah, I wouldn't even entertain her in being in my life, and I'm glad that OP was smart enough to see that too, and that people like this are just not worth your time. OP is doing the very best thing possible by cutting contact with everyone involved. Mill will turn it around and say it's a punishment or abuse to her, but that says more about her than anything. Great googly moogly. So many gaslighting mother-in-laws, it's insane. But anyways, that is all from me today. I hope you enjoyed that Just No Mill story. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I truly appreciate when you do, and I will see you in the next Reddit story. Bye!